before you exit the country, I think you would first have to apply for the visa, and when it is being approved, you will exit the country and then re-enter for the stamping into your passport. Now, this rule actually applies to only people on visit visas, and not if you're on a residence visa and your visa is supposed to be renewed, you don't need to fly out of the country and then can re-enter for it to be renewed. No, it doesn't work that way. This is applicable to only people who are on visit visas. Hello and welcome once again to the channel of truth. I posted a video about 3 or 4 days ago trying to alert people who intend to travel into the UAE pertaining their new rules of visa change here in the country, or whereas you'd have to fly out of the country to change visa status or to apply for a new visa when your visit visa expires in the country. I actually had to make that video as a quickie so that everybody who intends to get into the UAE or anybody who is overstayed in the country knows how to go about things. But I actually took a deep delve into this whole thing and then got myself loads of information, and I think it is about time I share them with you here because loads of things are happening. There are loads of questions out there pertaining this whole thing that I would want you to know about. Now, this whole thing of exiting the country when your visa expires to be able to apply for a new permit to re-enter the country isn't something that is new. Before the coronavirus pandemic, it was in existence. When I first came into the UAE back in 2018, this thing was still in existence and it was working as it is working now. You understand? Whereas when your visit visa expires, you'd have to exit the country and then come re-enter the country when you get a new visa. I learned most people actually fly or go to Oman. Some drive to Oman and then re-enter into the country and then have new visas. As to how that is done, I have no idea, but I learned that is how some people do it for their visas to be renewed. This is also to say that when you are back home, when you are back in Ghana and you intend to come into the UAE without a job at hand first, it is a little bit risky, and then you would have to prepare yourself, get more money, and then prepare for anything of such, you know, in case you overstay your welcome here in the country. Initially, there has been an introduction of a job seeker visa, which is targeted at a specific group of people who intend to come and look for jobs here in the UAE. In fact, it is targeted at a specific group of people. This is not to say the country is no longer hiring unskilled laborers. Sorry for the sound. I am around the airport, so you would be hearing most of this more often. Now, this is not to say taking off. Okay, now this is also not to say that the country is no longer hiring unskilled laborers. Yes, for sure they are hiring unskilled laborers, and the little experience, the little thing I can share with you here now is that of course tourist visas or visit visas can be changed from visit visas to residence visas for you in case you find yourself a better company that is ready to work with you and is willing to change your visa status from visit to residency. You understand? So in case you intend to travel into the UAE, it is okay for you to travel into the UAE on a visit visa and then get yourself a job if you are unskilled. But if you are qualified to apply for a job seeker visa, then I would advise you come here on a job seeker visa, since it gives you enough room to explore the job market. So it is very, very important and very necessary. I think it's advisable for you to fly here into the country in the name of a job exploration visa so that you can get yourself the kind of job that you need here in the country. With that being said, I would like us to delve into what really happened on Khaleej Times, because that is where I took my research to. It says that on Tuesday, new rules came into effect which discontinued the option of visit visa holders in the UAE to extend their visas from within the country. As of now, visitors must exit the country once their visa validity is over. So that is how, or that is what is in place now. You would need to exit the country when your visa status expires. Now, the change in rules came into immediate effect on Tuesday, December 13. Travel agents pointed out that the amendments have come into place in all Emirates except Dubai. Now, this I would correct them here because this is not a new rule. This is an old rule. This is the reinforcement of the rules since the pandemic is no longer in effect. Like due to the coronavirus pandemic, flying outside of the country and into the country was a very, very, tiring procedure, or a very, very difficult process for you to go through. Therefore, they consider the fact that you don't need to fly out of the country to get your visa renewed. You can pay and then be in the country, and then your visa will still be renewed for you without you exiting the country. This is something that was in existence even long before now, you understand? So it is a reintroduction, it is not a new law. We applied for an extension for a Dubai visit visa on Tuesday, and it was approved. That was in Dubai, okay? Said Bharat Dasani from Pluto Travels. We tried the same for 2 Abu Dhabi and Sharjah based visas, but it was rejected. This is also to say that if you are in Dubai, you still stand a chance of changing your visa status inbound, like in the country, without exiting and then coming back or flying back into the country. However, some Dubai agents reported that they were unable to process visit visa extensions with an error showing up when they try to apply. Others reported their visa extensions getting rejected. You understand? So this thing has already started, and it is already in place, and it is taking effect as of Tuesday, 13th December 2022. You understand? So why is this happening? There are a number of residency visa options available for those wanting to stay longer in the country, said Abdul Rahim from Aftab Tours. There are the usual 2 years visa, freelance permits, work from home visas, and many more for people to choose from. So it is not really necessary for people to extend their visit visas. Now, as to what he meant by the work from home visas, I have no idea about that. Maybe I might have to delve into it and then get a better or a clearer understanding about this visa. Now, other travel agents also agreed. We have seen cases of some people staying in the country for even a year on a visit visa. The government does not really want to encourage that. Those who come for tourism purpose will rarely extend their visas indefinitely like this. For those who are in the country for other purposes, they have several visas to choose from. So I understand why the changes have been made. Currently, those who are in the country on a visit visa have several options available for them. Those who want to extend their visit visa and have a visa from Dubai can extend from within the country until further notice. Those who have a visit visa from any other Emirates and want to continue staying in the UAE on a visit visa must exit the country and apply for a new permit. Those who are on a visit visa and want to change their status must apply for their visa, and once the approval comes through, they must exit the country and re-enter. Before you exit the country, I think you would first have to apply for the visa, and when it is being approved, you will exit the country and then re-enter for the stamping into your passport. Now, this rule actually applies to only people on visit visas and not people who are already on residence visas or on cancellation visas. If you're on a residence visa and your visa is supposed to be renewed, you don't need to fly out of the country and then re-enter for it to be renewed. No, it doesn't work that way. This is applicable to only people who are on visit visas. These are some questions asked by fellow people, like people who have actually entered the country with visit visas. My travel agent said visa renewal from inside the country without exiting has been suspended. My visa expires today, so should I leave the country today? And this was the answer. It depends on whether the visit visa is from Dubai or not. If it is from Dubai, then right now you may have the option to extend it. You will need to check with your travel agency. However, if it is from any other Emirates, you must leave the country ASAP, like as soon as possible. If it is from any other Emirates, then you must leave the country as soon as possible to renew your visa or go back to your home country. Now, how many days of grace period are there for me to make my travel arrangements? Okay, how many days are there for you to make your travel arrangements actually depends on your visa duration. Like if you have a 30 days visit visa, you have a 10 days grace period to exit the country. After 10 days, you will start getting a fine. You understand? This is also prone to fines. Like if you overstay your welcome here in the country, you begin enacting fines on your visa, of which you would have to pay before you exit the country. No matter what, whether you like it or not, you still have to pay your fines before you are allowed to get out of the country. I came into this country before this new system was implemented. Will this affect my case too for visa renewal? The point is, yes, it will affect it will affect you most definitely, because this rule or law actually came into effect on Tuesday, of which which I would say with immediate effect, of which affect each and everybody residing in the Emirates on a tourist or a visit visa. So it applies to you as soon as possible. So this is the little I actually learned from the research I made, and then this is the kind of information I got for you. In case you are looking for a deep dive into this kind of information, then this is it for you. Understand? I thank you so much for joining me on this one. If this is your first time on this channel, just do well to hit on that subscribe button. I learned subscribing to my channel is free of charge and you wouldn't have to pay a dime for that. So I plead with you, just subscribe to my channel and be a part of the family. If you're a returning subscriber, I thank you so much for the love. You know, it means a lot to me. Everything you're doing to push this channel this far is marvelously, Charlie. It means a lot to me. That's what I can say for now. I thank you all so much for your support and love. Do give me a like in case you like this video. In case you do like this video, just give me a like, a thumbs up, and then do well to share my videos for other people to get the kind of information you are enjoying from this channel. My name remains Kofi Dechi, and until we meet again, I hope you stay safe and stay out of trouble. See you on the next one.